MPSPC envisions to be a preferred university of developmental culture and inclusive growth. The college is envisioned to be a preferred university, an institution of higher learning which is the top choice of students who are enrolling in tertiary education. It dreams for a time when the students in the province, as well as those from different provinces in the Cordillera, will consider MPSPC, which will soon become a university, as their first choice of higher education institution. At present, the college is working for its conversion into a university through its compliance with the CHED requirements. Developmental culture in the vision of the college refers to the culture or attitude of development. That the attitude or culture in the college is one which is not satisfied with the status quo, but one which evolves with the times. Moreover, this phrase in the vision statement shows the thrust of the college in becoming the center of indigenous knowledge of the province and the region as well. Inclusive growth refers to a growth which involves and includes all stakeholders of the college. The college envisions for an institution where everybody grows and develops with everybody else. The mission statement of the MPSPC says, "It shall produce globally competitive leaders molded from a tradition of excellence in instruction, research, effective governance, sustainable entrepreneurship, and an environment that assumes major responsibility in cultural vitality and well-being of the community." To be able to achieve the mission and the vision, the following are the goals of the college: attain and sustain quality and excellence, promote relevance and responsiveness, broaden access and equity, enhance efficiency and effectiveness, develop harmony within the college and with stakeholders and benefactors. The VMGO of the college is usually modified whenever there is a change of administration. This is usually crafted when the new president takes over the reins of the college with the participation of its different stakeholders. The crafting of the VMGO is done during the strategic planning and/or development planning workshops conducted by the college. The development plan and the VMGO is usually revisited yearly when sectors report for their accomplishment vis-a-vis plans which are aligned with the VMGO. Adjustment on the plans are made when challenges are identified. The VMGO of the college, as integrated in the development plan, was approved by the Board of Trustees during its meeting on October 13, 2015 through BOT Resolution Number 083 Series of 2015. The VMGO is disseminated in various media. Tarpaulins bearing the VMGO are posted in conspicuous places in the campuses, billboards in the community, and in brochures and programs distributed regularly. It is also being discussed in classrooms, during orientations, and in sessions where MPSPC faculty and staff are involved. The college's website also carries the VMGO. A study by Dr. Janelle Fagsao and his colleagues resulted in the production of various translations of the VMGO in the different lingua franca being used in the province like Ilocano, Kankanaey, Aplay, Bontoc, and others. Moreover, all programs and some communications carry the VMGO of the college, thus recipients of this will be able to read the VMGO as a way of disseminating the VMGO. Regular studies on the awareness and attainability of the VMGO is being conducted to look into how the awareness of the students, faculty members, stakeholders, and the community people can still be improved. Is the VMGO of the college attainable? The following attest to it. The college president and the management council are hands-on in all activities of the college. The president is especially directly involved in the compliance of the conditions of the college to become a university, which is actually the vision of his administration. The fourfold function of the college is being achieved by making sure that all stakeholders are doing their share of the work. Incentives are given to the best performing faculty and staff in research and extension. The praise of the college spells out incentives given to performing faculty and staff in recognition to their contributions to the attainment of the VMGO. Assessment on the accomplishment of each sector is regularly done to measure their contributions to the attainment of the VMGO. Usually, the mid-year and year-end assessments are attended by top and middle-level management and are conducted out of town as a way of motivating them to push on and work further. This also provides an opportunity for them to bond together. Requests for procurement, purchase, or approval of activities are usually approved by management, provided that these had undergone the usual process as required by policies and guidelines. This ensures that everything needed for the attainment of the VMGO are procured and done. Full support to student activities, co-curricular and extracurricular, by faculty and administration in terms of financial and moral support is very evident. In the graduate school level, students who enroll in the MASE and MATE program finish their degrees and contribute to the delivery of quality education in the schools where they are assigned. Moreover, finishing their degrees help them get promoted. The VMGO provides the foundation of everything that the college is doing. Just recently, the college came up with a model of flexible learning to adapt to the new normal in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and such framework is highly anchored to the VMGO of the college.
The Mountain Province State Polytechnic College adheres strictly to the merit and fitness principle in the recruitment, appointment, promotion, recognition, development, and discipline of the faculty and academic staff to ensure fairness, justice, and excellence in attaining its mission. The internal policies, standards, and guidelines are found in the Faculty Manual of the College, approved by the Board of Trustees with Resolution Number 044 Series of 2016. The qualification standards for appointment and other personnel actions for faculty are found in Chapter 1 of the Faculty Manual. The graduate school is the apex of the academic structure in any educational institution which awards advanced academic degrees. Created by virtue of RA 7182, Mountain Province State Polytechnic College is the only institution of higher learning in the province that awards graduate degrees in various fields and interests. These advanced degrees are offered in order to make the college responsive to the needs of the various professionals it caters. The Graduate School Code with BOT Resolution Number 023 Series of 2015 provide the provisions in the operation of the graduate school. The faculty members of the Master of Arts in Science Education are composed of two groups, the General Education Faculty and the Core Faculty. As the highest educational attainment of the General Education Faculty, the graph shows that 50% are doctors in education, 33% are doctors in philosophy, and 17% are master's degree holders. For the core faculty, 33% are doctors in education and 67% are master's degree holders. As to field of specialization, general education, 50% of the general education faculty are in the field of educational management, 25% have masters in education, 9% in SPED, 8% in statistics, and 8% have masters in information technology. For the core faculty, 33% are educational management majors, 33% are master in science education holders, 17% master in biology holders, and 17% master in physics holders. As to length of teaching experience, all the faculty members of the Master of Arts in Science Education have been with Mountain Province State Polytechnic College for quite some time. As to rank, in General Education faculty, 8% are professors, 42% are assistant professors, and 50% are instructors. In the core faculty, 33% are professors, 17% associate professors, 17% assistant professors, and 33% instructors. As to status of appointment, 100% of the faculty members are permanent employees of the Mountain Province State Polytechnic College. As to eligibility, 94% of the faculty members are bearers of license, while 6% are bearers of Civil Service Commission eligibility certificates. The Mountain Province State Polytechnic College, through its governing board, established its own internal policies, standards, and guidelines for the recruitment, selection, and appointment of faculty members, which is submitted to the CSC for attestation. The established MPSPC policies and procedures on recruitment, selection, and appointment of faculty is found in the merit system for faculty in accordance with the civil service policies and procedures. The recruitment and selection is done by the Faculty Selection Board, appointed by the President of the institution. The institution implements the policy on avoiding inbreeding, where applicants who graduated from Level 3 accredited institutions are prioritized. After the newly recruited faculty sign their appointment, the institution conducts orientation to new employees. For reorientation of old faculty members, it is done during academic council meetings and other scheduled faculty meetings. Personnel from the HRMO and other heads of units concerned are invited to remind the faculty members on the guidelines and policies set by the institution and other oversight agencies like the Civil Service Commission and Commission on Higher Education. This practice is also stipulated in the merit system for faculty members. To be in the faculty role of the graduate school is a privilege. The faculty members are invited to teach proposed courses. Interested and qualified faculty members must submit a letter of intent signifying their interest to teach a course offering in their area of specialization. Honorarium-based compensation is practiced in the graduate school. A faculty member may be considered for promotion to a higher faculty rank or sub-rank on the basis of the minimum requirements such as education, training, and scholarship grants of the position, including performance rating of at least very satisfactory during the last 2 rating periods. In cases where the competence and qualification of 2 or more faculty members are comparatively at par, preference shall be given to the candidate in the department where the vacancy exists. This flowchart shows the institution's promotion through vacancy, which is in rank and salary, and change of status procedures. The institution follows this retirement process. MPSPC provides a systematic program in arts and sciences, agriculture, forestry, teacher education, health education, criminology, business administration, accounting, engineering, and technology for human resources development. To achieve its vision, the college aims to upgrade its instruction, research, extension, and production services through a responsive and functional faculty development program to enable it to better respond to the development needs of the region, the country. The college establishes a substantial pool of manpower in the different disciplines to provide leadership and expertise with wholesome values and attitudes. As a general rule, the college pursues and continually sustains equitable growth and development of faculty in accordance with the College Faculty Development Plan and with the strategic plan of the college by providing funds thereof. The college shall have an updated 5-year faculty development program consisting of written activities and program toward the development of the faculty members for intellectual, personal, and professional as well as moral and spiritual growth. The college follows this flow chart for the faculty development activities. Faculty members are actively involved in research and extension activities. On research activities, they have presented their research studies in various local, regional, national, and international fora. Regional level, local level, published their researches in Scopus and peer-reviewed journals. Furthermore, faculty members also received awards in the international setting. Copyrighted scholarly works. Parameter G covers salaries, fringe benefits, and incentives. Salaries and benefits are given on time. Officers, non-teaching personnel, and members of the faculty on continuous duty shall render not less than 8 hours a day for 5 days a week or a total of 40 hours a week, exclusive of time spent for lunch. Such hours shall be from 8 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock noon and from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the afternoon on all days except Saturdays and holidays. Any deviation from the provisions of this section shall be subject to the approval of the college president in accordance with existing laws. The faculty members adhere to office memoranda and policies set by the institution.
Curriculum and instruction occupy the center stage in any educational program. These aspects seek to research, develop, and implement curriculum changes that enhance student achievement within and outside the institutions. The way the students learn and the best way for them to be educated deserve much consideration. As such, graduate school programs in MPSPC strive to provide quality and inclusive graduate education through constant curricular and instructional enhancement endeavors. Since curriculum pictures the whole view of what the institution would like its learners to become in all its programs, the learning syllabi have a clear statement of the alignment of learning contents, activities, and assessment to the desired learning objectives, course outcomes, program outcomes, and the institutional outcomes, which are geared towards the attainment of the MPSPC's vision, mission, goals, and thrusts. Prior to the implementation of the curriculum, this undergoes a series of review participated by different stakeholders like alumni, faculty, administration, students, and representatives from related industries. Aside from this, there is also an update on the course syllabi integrating the OBE every semester. To achieve a high quality of education through the curriculum, instructional processes, methodologies, and learning opportunities are also emphasized in the learning syllabi, which are effectively implemented through responsive instructional processes and assure the graduate students are learning. Graduate school faculty employ varied teaching methodologies, strategies, and techniques to provide students with equitable and inclusive opportunities in learning. These methodologies include peer teaching, focus group discussion, group dynamics, professional lecture, film viewing, symposium, panel discussion, problem solving, interactive experiential learning, case study, research, and others. Continuous professional improvement through appropriate and relevant assessment is one of the ultimate goals of the college school programs. To ensure curriculum enhancement, the graduate schools engages its students in a wide array of assessment practices that deviate from the traditional methods. These practices could gauge the depth and intensity of learning among graduate school students. Usually, graduate school faculty uses authentic assessment practices with the use of rubrics to come up with individual outputs. Summative assessment is also given during midterm and final examinations. Moreover, oral question and answer activities are given as formative assessments. Evidence of these assessment practices include students' outputs like PowerPoint presentation of their oral reports, lesson plans showing the use of different methods, strategies, and techniques, the conduct of various symposia to complement classroom instruction, reflection and reaction papers, and research studies that demonstrate their research writing skills. Students will then compile their outputs and submit this to the graduate school office in hard or soft copies for checking by the respective professors or instructors. Overall, the graduate school does not cease from employing practices aimed at curricular and instructional enhancement. Best practices in curriculum and instruction are sustained to ensure the delivery of quality and responsive graduate education. Still, the curricular and instructional components of the MPSPC graduate school are fortified through the integration of the fourfold functions of the college.
The Student Services programs are catered by the Student Services and Development Office under the Office of Executive Director for Student Affairs. The SSDO is headed by a dean, and the focal persons for different programs are called coordinators. As to facilities and resources, the leadership of higher management finds way to provide adequate resources which help in the attainment of the school's VMGT. There are different programs offered by the institution to promote the well-being of the students that include admissions, information and orientation services, guidance and counseling services, career and placement services, economic and enterprise development. The SSDO has also an approved student handbook that serves as the main document to guide the various processes and operations on student welfare and development. The different services of the SSDO are provided with well-trained and adequate personnel to ensure the prompt and efficient delivery of student services and support the realization of the goals and thrust of the college in relation to student services. The rationale beyond the student development programs and services is strongly anchored to the enhancement and cultivation of leadership skills and social responsibility among students. To realize this goal, the SSDO offers various programs that include student organization services, student publication, socio-cultural services, sports and athletic services, multi-faith services, and ancillary services. These student development programs are governed by rules and regulations stipulated in the Student Handbook under the supervision of organization advisors, department chairpersons, the dean, coordinators, and executive director and other key personnel. The college also has programs and activities that facilitate the delivery of essential services to students, particularly on admissions, scholarships and financial assistance, food, health, security and safety, housing and residential services, and multi-faith services. This program caters to students with special needs, students who come from different cultural backgrounds, students who have artistic, sports and athletic and cultural skills, students with a deep sense of community involvement, and of course, foreign and international students. The MPSPC Graduate School continually coordinates with concerned offices to improve its policies and guidelines for the enhancement of student services that are responsive to the demands of the current trends of graduate education in the country. One of the best practices of the SSDO is the cultivation of a feedback-based mechanism on the improvement of student services for graduate students. The various services of the unit are continually evaluated through feedback forms the client of the different offices accomplish. The data obtained from these feedback forms are synthesized and analyzed and shall serve as basis for the implementation of plans designed to improve student services. In addition, internal accreditation is regularly conducted to ensure the sustenance of excellence in the delivery of student services and development programs. In summary, the Student Services and Development Office efficiently implements its strategic plans and responsive programs that are anchored to the administration's VMGT. The core of this unit is the strong commitment to enhance the leadership skills, corporate responsibility, socio-cultural consciousness, and the civic awareness of MPSPC students. The Research and Development Service Sector of the Mountain Province State Polytechnic College provides functional and useful research outputs in contributing to the socio-economic development of the community. In the implementation of its research services, the college is guided by the MPSPC Research Manual. This official document bears the policies and guidelines in the conduct of the research. In keeping with the needs of the times and to align it with the harmonized National Research and Development Agenda 2017-2022 of President Duterte's administration, the Cordillera Research Development Agenda, and the Heritage Trust of the Chakas administration, the Research and Development Unit of the Mountain Province State Polytechnic College has revised its research manual in 2018. The highlights of changes in the new manual includes the new organization structure of the RDE. The revised organizational structure includes the following committees: the Research and Extension Council, the Intellectual Property Rights Committee, and the Research Ethics Council. Other revisions include the expanded incentive scheme of the college. All of these are reflected in Chapter 2. The guidelines in the formulation of the MPSPC Research Agenda and Departmental Research Agenda are contained in Chapter 3. Chapter 6 covers the enhanced policy of intellectual property rights. Moreover, a new addition to the manual is the Technology Transfer Protocol, which sums up Chapter 7. Stakeholders are actively involved in the formulation of the research agenda. Student representatives from the concerned departments, alumni representatives, faculty and administrators are participants to the research agenda formulation workshops.
Considering the work relationship of certain agenda with specific programs, such as the Department of Education with the Teacher Education, the Tri-Bureau of the Philippine National Police, Bureau of Jail Management, Bureau of Fire with the Criminology Department, the Department of Health with the Nursing Department, representatives from these agencies are invited to give their comments and inputs. Involving the stakeholders in research agenda development keeps the research program vibrant, and in the long run, gives a sense of collective ownership of the research program with the active involvement of the different stakeholders. As a result of the different research workshops being conducted, and through the invitation of external authorities from the field, the different departments of both Bontoc and Tajan campuses were able to craft their research programs and were connected with the agencies they closely work with. The faculty were able to present in various regional, national, and international fora and were able to publish in reputable journals. The active involvement of the stakeholders, especially the agencies connected with the internship programs of the student in research agenda planning, increases the stakeholders' awareness of the RD program, assures greater research program acceptability, and facilitates ease of local resource mobilization when needed. Adequate funding of research program is one of the major factors that sustain a research culture. To ensure that research, as part of the mandate of the state universities and college, shall be given sufficient budget allocation, the national government appropriates research funds from two budget items, Fund 101 and Fund 164. These budget allocations shall be used solely for the conduct of research and operations of the RDU. Other sources of funds which the research unit draws from are the externally funded research studies. These are approved research programs by funding agencies. At Mountain Province State Polytechnic College, a special fund was coursed to the research unit. The Research Generation and Linkages sector, through ERMC Resolution Number 002 Series of 2020, determined that 5% share of its 2019 net income goes to research and another 5% share to extension services. This accounts for the 10% share received by the research development and extension sector. The strong support given by management and the unfledging commitment of the RDE managers and researchers paved way for many research programs, projects, and studies to be fully implemented. An increasing trend in the budget utilization shows the progression and maturity of the research unit as it tries to soundly utilize the fund sources coming from internal and external fund sources. For the past years, the research unit has aggressively linked with various institutions and agencies here and abroad. Yearly, supplies and equipment items are procured and used in various projects that augment the properties of the college, thereby enabling the researchers to work productively. Research personnel were also trained in various seminars to further enhance their research competencies. Moreover, in 2018, the administration transferred to a new admin building which provided a more spacious and conducive workspaces for the RDE personnel. An extension field in the RDE is situated at the Baang Demo Farm located in Bauco Mountain Province. Here can be found the coffee nursery project, the dairy animal project, and the vegetable legume root crops production project that uses the patented MPSPC biocompost fertilizer. Consequently, adequate funding enabled the Research Development Unit to utilize its major final output performance indicators as required by the oversight agencies. Additionally, the funds secured from external funding have further improved the existing facilities of the college and capacitated further the faculty and research personnel to build on their own research expertise. Observing the scheme of having a counterpart of MPSPC with funding agencies has spread out a fiscal responsibility between MPSPC and the funding agencies that work with the college. Additionally, partaking in the income generation share of the college that subsidized the payment of the job order personnel of the research unit has contributed to the effective delivery of its research mandates. Recognizing the essential role of monitoring research studies, projects, and programs, MPSPC institutionalized its research and extension monitoring tools through ADCO Resolution Number 137 Series of 2015. Likewise, to safeguard the intellectual property rights output of the faculty, especially those born out of research, the research unit is guided by its intellectual property rights that is stipulated in the research manual. To further ensure that the faculty researchers adhere to research ethical practices, the college has its functional institutional research ethics committee that scrutinizes the research proposals of the faculty before these are subjected for technical reviews. Under the capable stewardship of the current administration, the research programs and activities of the college have taken a strong impetus. The faculty and staff conduct research studies in line with their respective disciplines. A college research council review is conducted for ethical evaluation by the Research Ethics Committee, followed by a technical review by the panel of evaluators. To further entice the faculty to publish in refereed and Scopus Index journals, the management fully implemented the expanded incentivization scheme, which gives cash awards to research outputs like copyrights, patents, utility models, and Scopus Index publications. Ever mindful that the strength of the research pillar rests on the competencies of researchers, management provided the different avenues for professional growth, such as sending them to training, research presentations, funding publications, conducting research write-ups, workshops, mentoring of experts, and pairing veteran researchers with novice researchers. Moreover, research pairing, collaboration, and mentoring were adopted as a regular practice of the research sector. Along with these opportunities provided to the researchers, the RDE encouraged the faculty to transpose their research outputs into policy briefs, which were used by LGUs, the institution, and target beneficiaries. Others with commercial value, such as research patent on biocompost and incidental research products like coffee seedlings and dairy milk, were sold in the locality, proceeds of which were added to the income-generating projects of the college. As a result of the assiduous monitoring and evaluation of the research of the faculty, MPSPC was able to comply with the deliverables that were targeted at the start of the year. Moreover, the physical targets of the Department of Budget were realized for 3 consecutive years, and the research performance of MPSPC contributed to its present SUC Level 3 status. A dynamic collaboration with the community and the provincial government affirms the role of MPSPC as a local research institute, and the policies generated from the faculty researchers were adopted by concerned local government units. Going by the dictum publish or perish, the RDU has clear-cut guidelines on research presentations, publications, and utilizations as supported by its research ethic guidelines, the IPR policy, and the technology transfer protocols. The MPSPC Research Development Framework illustrates the goal of providing a supportive research environment through continuous learning of faculty and staff, streamlined practices, and cross-cutting research initiatives. Management believes that exposure of the faculty through research presentations, either done in campus or off-site, can give them a greater self-confidence and develop from these collegial and scholarly gatherings. Thus, through the conduct of agency in-house review, attendance to research forum, and publication in the MPSPC Research Journal and other reputable journals, The research findings are disseminated and circulated to the academic community and even to target end users. To sustain the research engagement of the faculty, the research sector gives a strong recognition to these productive efforts by fully implementing the research incentives such as giving of cash awards, downloading and giving a certificates of recognition to faculty presenters and awardees. Research productivity of the college is manifested in the growing number of faculty whose papers were published in reputable journals, the increasing citations, the impressive number of copyrights, and the research outputs that were used either for instruction, extension, or production. MPSPC hosted international events such as the Indigenous Studies presentation and the student research engagement with Barbanas, Indonesia. These events mirror the global path of the research directions of the college. As MPSPC is poised to take the greater challenges of the 21st century, it seeks to be a trailblazer of scientific-based local solutions to the community it serves, being true to its vision of ushering in cultural development and inclusive growth. The Graduate Teacher Education Extension Program of MPSPC, which includes both Master of Arts in Science Education and Master in Teaching English, caters to the needs of elementary education teachers for advanced education. The college and the graduate school believe that by fortifying K-12 teachers within and outside the province through graduate education, MPSPC contributes to the realization of advancing the quality of education offered in K-12 schools. The involvement of K-12 teachers as graduate students and partners of MPSPC in various extension activities includes challenges that need to be hurdled. Yet, these teachers had to surpass these challenges because such activities are integral in the mandates of Department of Education. More importantly, these activities are also anchored to the vision, mission, goals, and thrusts of MPSPC. To build a relationship with basic education teachers, the graduate school established linkages with the Department of Education, particularly with the Bauco 2nd District. To formalize this linkage, MPSPC and the Department of Education Mountain Province signed a Memorandum of Agreement which was participated by Dr. Rexton F. Chacas, the MPSPC President, and the various school heads of the elementary schools in Bauco District 2. In total, the graduate school forged a partnership with 19 schools by virtue of the said Memorandum of Agreement. The overarching slogan of the graduate school's extension program is the ELAMP 4RD, or Enriching Leadership, Administrative and Managerial Proficiency for Rural Development. This slogan cascaded from the institution's extension program, which is Gamang di Sumyaan. The graduate school focuses its extension activities towards education, leadership, and management, to name a few. Earlier this year, the graduate school published a modified extension program still bearing the name ELAMP 4RD, which specifies activities under the Graduate Teacher Education Program, including MASE and MATE, and their other programs, MPA and MBA. The program component for all graduate teacher education programs are embedded in the acronym FAITH, which stands for Financial Empowerment, Administration and Leadership, Indigenous Knowledge Systems and Practices, Teaching Learning Process, Health and Climate Change. These are areas of focus for extension for MASE, MTE, including MAED and EDD. This program is in effect from 2019 to 2022. Prior to the publishing of the Modified Extension Program of the graduate school, the unit has conducted activities following similar matrices. To ensure that the extension activities to be conducted are relevant to the target beneficiaries, the graduate school carried out a training needs analysis with the elementary teachers and school heads of Bauco 2nd District. This was followed by a focus group discussion with the school heads and representative teachers. In the focus group discussion, the school heads acknowledged the result that were presented to them. They have also suggested the order of activities that will be planned for the teachers. These activities included seminar and training, workshops on action research, and instructional materials development, particularly strategic intervention materials. The training program on development of strategic intervention material was conducted in April 2018. This 5-day training concentrated on capacitating teachers with knowledge on SIMS and skills in designing instructional materials with the aid of the computer. Majority of the time, they were taught to edit photos and lay out their strategic intervention materials. A seminar training on action research followed through. This time, the teachers were trained on the what's and how's of action research during the 6-day training. The teachers worked in teams after having identified problems they could work on. While both activities were conducted separately, the facilitators, which included the graduate school faculty, faculty members from partner departments and graduate students, heavily employed the mentoring strategy. This gave the participants a chance to ask questions and be guided with how they could continue with their outputs. Critiquing during the last day of the training was also done. All the extension activities carried out not only by the graduate school but also by other departments in MPSPC are strictly anchored to and bounded by the guidelines stipulated in the Extension Manual. The manual expounds on the functions of the coordinators as well as the process that all participants need to undergo when conducting an extension activity. It also gives clear guidelines for awards and incentives which can be given to extensionists or departments, to name a few. Extension is part of the fourfold function of MPSPC, as long as it remains steadfast in its commitment to the community. The graduate school, through its extension program, will also adhere to its commitment of reaching out, helping, and sharing. After all, we do this for our ultimate goal of rural development, wherever, whenever. The quality and adequacy of the physical plant and facilities of the college determine to a large measure of successful implementation of its curricular programs like MATE and MASE. The current site of the Bontoc campus and the extension site in Sitio Faliling, Bontoc are located in wholesome environments that are safe from traffic and transportation hazards and are sufficiently free from noise, dust, smoke, and other undesirable elements. It is adequate to meet the needs of the present school population of and its future expansion. The school is accessible to the present and the anticipated school population by means of public and private transportation. It has satisfactory road networks and sidewalks. The campus is well planned that it is adequate to the intellectual, social, physical, and cultural interest of the college. It is kept in good condition and physical appearance. The buildings are functionally designed and are constructed of strong and durable materials to withstand natural calamities like earthquakes, typhoons, and fire. The design of the building is attractive and well planned, and they conform to the environmental standards. At the same time, these are imbued with a proper atmosphere conducive for learning. Likewise, there are provisions for ramps and elevators that are accessible for physically challenged persons as well as senior citizens. The college anticipates accommodating future expansion needs through the purchase of the campus extension in Sitio Faliling. Entrance and exit points are well planned to ensure the safety and convenience of the school population and the transacting public. Stairways and fire exits are adequate and standard in size and number, and are conveniently placed for ease and access. No obstruction along the corridors impede the free flow of movement and physical activity. The size and numbers of classrooms are in accordance with the standards and are sufficient to accommodate student population. Classrooms are adequately equipped with the required furniture, blackboard or whiteboard to ensure an atmosphere conducive for quality learning. The lighting, ventilation, general appearance, and acoustic in classrooms are satisfactory. There is an adequate provision of administrative offices, faculty rooms, and reception areas within the college. Group assembly facilities have a seating capacity adequate to meet the needs of the college during various activities. Conferences and assemblies conducted in the auditorium, administrative conference room, the quadrangle, the new HM lab, among others. These facilities are equipped with functional sound system and proper ventilation. Necessary facilities and equipment are adequate and are kept in good condition. Athletic facilities are accessible to the students and are sufficient in number and variety, depending on the requirement of the school population. There are sustainable arrangements for athletic activities during the rainy season. A medical and dental clinic is properly set up, strategically located, well ventilated and lighted, screened, and provided with clean water supply. It is spacious enough to accommodate 5 distinct sections: reception area, treatment room, dental section, and rest or recovery room, which are separate for males and females. The school clinic is also equipped with the basic medical equipment, medical supplies, beds, cabinets, and linen. Clean and sanitary food services unit, or the canteen, is set up and managed effectively. It serves balanced yet affordable meals and snacks to the school community. The Accreditation Center in the college is properly maintained and equipped with the necessary facilities like computer units, printers, copiers, among others. In a broad sense, the physical plant and facilities of MPSPC include the school campus, buildings, and other physical infrastructures, equipment, and services that complement institutional and program effectiveness. Welcome! You are now in Area 9. We will tour you around the different laboratories of MPSPC. First, we visit Room 207, the college's chemistry laboratory located at the second floor of the old academic building. The chemistry laboratory room has 2 doors that open outward for easy access in case of emergency. Our chemistry laboratory room is fully equipped with wide working stations, stools, appropriate lighting, and ventilation. It is also installed with a LED TV, fire extinguisher, medicine kit, and safety signages. The furniture and equipment arrangements allow free flow of movement and enable students to work comfortably without interference. Safety and precautionary measures are also well implemented to avoid unfortunate incidents or accidents in the laboratory. Properly labeled apparatuses, equipment, and glassware are found at the stockroom. During laboratory classes, students are required to wear their protective gear when they conduct chemistry experiments with the laboratory's equipment and apparatuses. Next, we will visit room 206, our biology laboratory room just next door. The biology laboratory room also has two doors opening outward for easy entry and exit. Inside the biology laboratory, we have multiple tables and stools, as well as installed LED TV, fire extinguisher, medicine kit, and safety signages just like the previous room. Apart from being well ventilated, it also has good lighting that conform to standard requirements. Properly labeled apparatuses, equipment, and glassware can also be accessed from the stockroom. Microscopes, human skeletons, and body parts, as well as various models and other diagrams, are displayed at the biology laboratory room. Students who conduct their biology experiments here are also required to wear their laboratory gowns and personal protective equipment. Moving on, let us go up one floor to room 306, where the physics laboratory room is situated. We are now on the third floor of the same old academic building. These are the outward entrance and exit doors of the physics laboratory. Inside, there are many laboratory tables equipped with charging areas. The wide spaces in between the tables allow students to collaborate and move freely around the room. The physics laboratory room has a LED TV, fire extinguisher, medicine kit, and safety signages. Various physics apparatuses and equipment are properly labeled and found inside the cabinets. The physics laboratory room has a complete computer set for students' use in analyzing their experiments. Photos show students determining the heat of fusion of ice using calorimeter, digital balance, thermometer, and steering rod. In the physics laboratory, students excitedly work on their electricity and magnetism experiments using multiple testers and other measuring devices. Our next stop on the third floor is the Educational Technology Laboratory Room. Inside the Educational Technology Laboratory Room, multiple sets of computer units which have complete computer accessories are in place. Rules and laboratory policies are also well implemented. The EdTech Laboratory Room has a baggage counter, instructional materials, a printer, a LED TV screen, an air conditioner, and a whiteboard. Students can view the audiovisual and instructional materials and make use of the licensed software installed in the computer to enhance learning and instruction. Our last stop on the third floor are the computer laboratory rooms. You are now looking at the computer laboratory rooms. Students and instructors who use the laboratory room can move and settle in their seats easily with the spacious arrangement of the furniture and computers. Just like the Educational Technology Laboratory Room, these rooms are equipped with complete computer units with complete set of accessories, a baggage counter, whiteboard, projector, LED monitor screen, printers, Wi-Fi or routers, air conditioning unit, and licensed computer software and applications. Now, let us walk up to the fourth floor and visit the Speech Laboratory Room. The Speech Laboratory Room is found in the fourth floor of the old academic building. It has recently been renovated and updated. Its two doors, opening outwards, allow ease in entering and exiting from the laboratory. In this room, we can see complete computer sets placed in individual cubicles with the main control unit or faculty computer unit in front. The room has air conditioning and lights that foster an environment that is conducive for learning. A projector is placed for audiovisual learning purposes. Students enhance their speech and presentation skills in this laboratory. We now exit through the back door as we will go up to the auditorium. This is the entrance to the auditorium. We are greeted with a spacious, well-ventilated, and naturally lighted area which can accommodate up to 800 people. When we look at the front, we see the elevated stage complete with a podium and a screen projection. The auditorium is completely equipped with various lightings, sound system with complete sets of functioning speakers, electric fans, chairs, projection screens, pulpit, maintenance equipment. Students and teachers conduct their physical education classes, orientations, conferences, and extracurricular activities in the auditorium. Let's go down one floor and go to the other building to visit the other natural science laboratories. We are now in the new and improved natural science laboratory rooms, rooms SB4A and SB4B. These rooms are intended to accommodate bigger classes with laboratory courses in the natural sciences. Multiple tables, stools, whiteboard, first aid kits, and water sources are installed. It is also well ventilated and equipped with appropriate lighting for wholesome laboratory learning experience. We are now headed to our final destination. Our last stop for this tour is the audiovisual room. It has two doors, opening outward for faster entry and exit. Oops! Before entering, please notice the friendly reminder posted outside the AVR. Upon entering, we can see installed theater seats and other equipment necessary for an audiovisual room. The audiovisual room is fully functional and it has an air conditioner, a podium, a TV, a whiteboard, and an Epson projector. Faculty and students conduct engaging lectures, presentations, meetings, and seminars in this room. An operator stays inside the AVR cubicle to operate the sound system and to control presentations during conferences and meetings. That is all for Area 9. We hope you had a great experience touring around the laboratories of MPSPC. The administration is the engine of the Mountain Province State Polytechnic College in the attainment of its vision, mission, goals, and thrusts. It is the unit that is primarily concerned in ensuring that the general affairs of the college and its organizational performance are well sustained. Thus, the administration adopts institutional processes and warrants that these processes are satisfactorily implemented. The Mountain Province State Polytechnic College, as an educational institution, is governed by the Board of Trustees, chaired by CHED Commissioner Lillian A. de las Llagas, and co-chaired by the College President, Dr. Rexton F. Chacas. The BOT has a responsibility to formulate general policies being implemented by qualified officials duly appointed and designated for the purpose. A detailed description on the organizational setup of the whole institution is presented. This area covers administrative and academic matters such as the qualification of academic officials, recruitment and promotion of faculty and support staff, setting standards and monitoring of programs and other related activities, establishing linkages, partnership and network activities, professional growth development opportunities, proper use and maintenance of facilities, equipment, and generating resource and income and cost-effective measures. The quality of curricular programs being implemented by the faculty members would determine the level of excellence attained by the college. The Academic Affairs Unit is headed by the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Emily Ann B. Marrero. The efficient administration of student services in the college is safeguarded with the operations of different units under the general supervision of the Executive Director for Student Affairs, Ms. Liberty Tudlong. The different units and operations include the admission and retention policies, registration, school fees, academic loads, transfers, residence, coursework, scholastic and graduation requirements, examination and grading system, scholarship or grants, shifting and adding or dropping of course, code of conduct and discipline, availability of student handbook, and organization of recorded data for statistical use. The business administration of the college is well maintained and managed by qualified and competent personnel headed by Dr. Rogelio K. Balsita Jr., the Vice President of Administration and Finance. Business functions are well delineated to promote fiscal integrity, economy, responsibility, and accountability. The financial management of the college includes budgeting, accounting, auditing, requisition and purchase of supplies, and the preparation of financial reports. The effectiveness in the performance of the business services and sound financial management are indicators of a healthy financial administration. The Supply and Property Management Office supports the operations of the college. Hence, the college has a scheme of managing supplies, materials, and equipment assisted by the Bid and Awards Committee. A supply management office takes charge in the procurement, distribution, and storage. This unit is headed by the director, Mr. Elpecio Marrero. Accurate, accessible, up-to-date, and systematic records are indicators of sound record management. Hence, records and reports are kept and organized by the college records officer, Mrs. Carmen Ngamilo. Records and report like minutes of the board meetings, minutes of faculty meetings, faculty directory, and other documents are well kept and organized by the records office. The college planning officer, Mr. Dexter Siling Banon, is responsible for the coordination and planning of various activities that ensure a sound institutional plan which takes into consideration the following: congruence with the institutional vision and mission, academic units' goals and program objectives, alignment with national, regional, and local goals and needs, adequate allocation of resources, participation of all sectors of the academic community in the planning process, formal documentation of all plans and progress of implementation, long and short-term dimensions of planning, and mechanisms of periodic review, evaluation, and updating. The administrative personnel are qualified to perform the various administrative services. There is a regular performance evaluation for the personnel including competence, quality of work ethics, creative ability, interpersonal relations, and the ability to handle internal and external pressures. The performance of the administrative units is monitored regularly. In MPSPC, an efficient administrative setup is well established and is in place. This status helps ascertain a harmonious relationship among the personnel manifested by their satisfactory interpersonal relationship and excellent performances.